Well, welcome to the Wrestling Podcast channel, and this is D2 Word Life here, along with Riptides.
Yeah.
And this week we're doing your choice. God, I hate you for this. You live to torture me because we're reviewing possibly one of the worst WrestleManias there is, according to everyone, and that's number 27.
That's what he says. I thought it was okay.
Well, it's only bad because of one match. Yeah, it was only bad because of one match, but we'll get to that match when we get to that match. So this event took place on April 3rd, 2011 in Atlanta, Georgia at the Georgia Dome. So, here we go. It's like, they had it's like Carrie Hilson perform America the Beautiful to open the
Georgia's
show.
own.
And then after that, The Rock came out. He was the host of WrestleMania 27, claiming that WrestleMania 27 was going to be the greatest event of all time, plus digging into John Cena a bit.
Yeah.
And his claim, and he also said in his little speech that this will be the most memorable WrestleMania of all time. Well, in a way, he was kind of right, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, it was memorable for right reasons, but except for one match that should not have been reversed, but was reversed. Because of the stupid fucking computer GM at that time.
Yeah. But anyway, we should just give a casual mention. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. We should just give a casual mention. There was 2 dark matches before the show. We didn't watch those, but the first match was Sheamus and Daniel Bryan wrestling for the U.S. belt, which that ended in a no contest, which turned into a Battle Royal match. Which the Great Khali won. No one really cared about that. But I figure I'd just give it a casual mention, right?
Yeah.
But the official opening match featured the 2011 Royal Rumble winner, Alberto Del Rio, your boy.
No.
With Brodus Clay and Ricardo Rodriguez at ringside, taking on World Heavyweight Champion Edge with Christian.
Or he is known as Jesus Rodriguez.
Yep. But yeah, Del Rio was taking on World Champion Edge with Christian in his corner in a singles match for the World Heavyweight belt.
That was a banger of a match, though.
Let's talk about Alberto Del Rio's entrance for a minute. He came out with his Rolls Royce car at the start of the show.
Yeah, a rare Rolls Royce.
I just looked at it and be like, I just looked at that car, I'm like, I can't even afford to look at that car. That's worth more, that car alone is worth more money than what we'll ever see in our lifetime.
Yeah, $100,000.
Yeah. But anyway, what was your thoughts about this back and forth match?
Yeah, it was good. Alberto Del Rio, of course, had to cheat like he normally did back then anyways.
Well, Del Rio was great as a heel. That's why he did all the cheating.
It was kind of nice to see Christian backing up Edge like he had always done and stuff.
Oh, if only the fans knew what would become in the future between those two. Nowadays.
Well, they've always had tension way back in the 90s, which we'll probably get to those pay-per-views again where they faced each other and when Christian betrayed him and everything.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this show, but we'll get to those eventually.
And then they never understand how he became what he is today.
Yep, but this is back in 2011, years ago. The year that we graduated high school. When this event happened. God, we old as shit. But
says you.
You're older than me. But anyway, the match had back and forth action like it usually does. Del Rio tried to cheat to win, to no avail. kept
Of
working
course,
on
because he
Edge's
had to
arm.
also use Brodus Clay.
Yeah, and I liked how Del Rio was targeting Edge's, like, quote, injured arm for his submission hold, but even that backfired at the end.
Yeah, he got speared.
And in the end, Edge speared Del Rio, retained the world championship, and then afterwards, Edge and Christian proceeded to destroy his car.
Beat the shit out of it
Yes.
with a blood pipe and a crowbar.
Yep. And I know, and if you ask me, was this Edge's best WrestleMania match? No, not by a long shot. But this match is memorable for one specific reason.
It was his last WrestleMania before he retired.
Yeah, this was Edge's
At
last.
that time and point,
Yeah, this was Edge's last match before going on a 9-year retirement due to a neck injury.
because of what Alberto Del Rio did.
But Edge would come back 9 years later at the 2020 Royal Rumble in an unexpected moment that no one saw coming. I'm pretty sure in the future we'll review that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time we didn't know. At the time that I watched this pay-per-view live, by the way, back then, and at the time no one thought that this would be Edge's last match for 9 years.
Well, no one really thought that Edge would have been hurt as bad as he was at that WrestleMania. And then he let everyone know that he was hurt bad and that he had to relinquish and
Retire.
basically retire.
Yep.
And then everyone was glad that he came back 9 years later.
It's like, yeah, so I guess that's the happy ending to the Edge retirement fest, but that was a long 9-year stretch that no one thought Edge would ever return. So when he did, 9 years later, that was a huge pop.
That's because not everyone can go through fucking double, triple neck surgery and fucking go back to what they were doing.
Yep.
Look at Sheamus now, when he had his arm freaking surgically redone and then he came back. No one thought that he'd come back from that.
Yep, no one thought he would come back from that. But, you know, he did. He eventually came back after WrestleMania this year, but... So we, after that match was done, next match on the card was the deadbeat Rey Mysterio taking on the undashing version of Cody Rhodes.
Really? You have to say the deadbeat. He's not a deadbeat.
I'm saying that to antagonize you, yes. You know I like to joke around way too much.
Yeah, that's why you like the undashing Cody Rhodes.
No. We know the undashing Cody Rhodes was your favorite Cody Rhodes gimmick.
No,
Of
Batman.
Of course. Can we pause for a minute? Did you ever think back then, when Cody Rhodes had the undashing character, he was kind of still like a rookie somewhat in WWE, did you ever think back then he'd be a future world champion?
No.
My, how times have changed. Am I right?
Yeah.
But anyway, your thoughts on this match, because it told a story, that's what it was telling.
Well, Cody fucking cheated. And by using his face mask and was tearing at Rey Mysterio's freaking leg brace like he did when he got his face bashed in.
Yep.
And of course, Michael Cole has to fucking open his mouth.
Oh, we know Michael Cole was your favorite commentator on this night.
No.
I'm gonna have some fun with this one. But yeah, then eventually after some back and forth action, which this could have gone either way, we seen some Mysterio high flying, Cody Rhodes reversing and doing all the cheap tactics. At one point, Rey Mysterio did remove Cody Rhodes' plastic protective mask.
Yeah.
And, hold on. Yeah, but, yeah, the mask came off, and Mysterio started using it as a weapon. You know, turnabout's fair play, right?
Well, yeah, because freaking Cody Rhodes freaking left it in the middle of the damn ring.
Yeah, and then, when Mysterio had, Rhodes in the position for the 619, or 619, Cody Rhodes used the, knee brace on him, or Cody Rhodes, I believe, was on the outside of the ring.
He grabbed the knee brace from outside the ring and smacked Ray in the face with it.
Yep. And then hit a crossroads for the 1, 2, 3.
And of course, Michael Cole, like he always does, is being an ass and said, "Yay, Cody Rhodes won! Yay!"
And then you had Jerry Lawler over there be like, "Quit cheerleading. Keep your words soft and sweet, because you're gonna have to eat them later."
Exactly.
And when I heard that, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That match is coming." The one you wanted to torture me with this whole damn episode. So next match on the card after that was a 8-man tag match. Look, I really wasn't invested in this 8-man tag. It was too short. But it was the core, if you remember that group. It was Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, Ezekiel Jackson, Wade Barrett, Keith Slater,
Justin
Gabriel.
Taking on the odd team of Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino Marella.
And of course, you liked how Santino ran down the ring.
No, that's you running to the bathroom every day.
No, that's you running into the bathroom after having Taco Bell.
Hey, that could be anybody. He's like, oh shit, I gotta hurry, otherwise I'll shit myself. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I watched this whole 1.5-minute squash match. There was only one tag in the entire match, and that was when Big Show got tagged in, and everyone else just decided to say fucking and just started brawling.
Well, it was funny as hell, because friggin' Santino was beating the crap out of him. Then he tagged in the Big Show. Big Show was beating the crap out of Heath Slater. Then Ezekiel Jackson comes in, freaking clotheslines him. He gets knocked down. Then Wade Barrett didn't like how Kofi was in the match.
Then Kofi did his big spot, his big splash.
Yep.
Then Big Show knocked out freaking Slater and won the match. I'm just like, this was a waste of time that I'll never get back.
Yeah.
1 minute and 32 seconds. That should have been reserved for another match that we're going to talk about, but no! They had to torture us for so long with it.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter 13 years later.
What? Uh-huh.
So the next match after that. Maybe I should start introducing a star rating system here, okay? For each match.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we could do that in the next review.
Yeah, maybe I should introduce a star rating for this one. So the opening match for me, 3 out of 5. Rhodes and Mysterio, maybe 3 out of 5. And the 8-man tag match, half a star. Out of 5. That's pretty much how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So the next one, we have what I believe is an underrated gem, which was the Randy Orton versus CM Punk match with the new Nexus banned from ringside. It's not like they were really banned. They were all taken out by Orton in the weeks beforehand.
Well, Orton freaking punted them all in the damn head.
Yes, and I noticed one specific one was the Husky Harris character that got punted in the head and taken out, and I'm just like, I know why they did that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If you know, you know.
Wife.
Yeah, we all know that character was sent back down to OVW NXT to become someone that's legendary that we know.
Well, he decided to go back down there because the character wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, thank God he found a more successful character, which is still talked about today.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we'll be reviewing some of his old matches, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this Punk and Orton match. What was your thoughts on this one?
Randy got revenge after getting fucking hit in the back of the damn leg. Well, back of the knee with the freaking monkey wrench.
Yeah, and Punk was working on that knee pretty much almost the entire match, taking the punt kick out of the equation.
Well, yeah, well, that wasn't his only weapon in his arsenal, but of course, in comes Michael Cole's damn ass mouth. Oh, he has the psychological advantage.
Oh, god damn it, I just realized the next match after this one is. God damn it. But anyway, it was a great back and forth match. It's really, I believe up to this point, it was match night up to that point, right?
Yeah.
It had some great storytelling, back and forth action. You couldn't tell who was going to win. Hell, even CM Punk got the end of Honda Vice in at one point.
Yeah, but Randy wasn't gonna freaking tap.
And plus, Orton was going for the punt kick. That didn't work. Go for the RKO. Punk actually reversed it the first time near the end, which I thought, okay, cool. Match continues, only to have an RKO done to him when he was jumping from the top rope.
Yep.
Which
and does that remind you of anyone that is of now?
Yep. Anyway, Randy Orton defeated CM Punk here, but if you ask me, that's an underrated gym that doesn't get talked about, only because of the show that it's on.
Well, if you guys want to know, you can go back to our previous reviews of War Games, and you'll understand that reference.
Except CM Punk didn't get RKO'd from the top of a cage, but same thing.
Yes, but the reference is still the damn same.
Yep. JD McDead. Anyway. Yep. So yeah, Orton won the match. It was a great match. I believe if you're going to watch two matches at least from this show, that would be one of them. We'll talk about the other one later on.
Yep.
And my star rating that I just established for this one, I would say that one gets about a 4 out of 5. Not exactly all 5 stars, but 4. Maybe for you 4.5, but me 4. Great to have different opinions. I'll tell you what match will not be getting a 4-star match, and it'd be the next one we're about to fucking talk about.
Your favorite match of the show.
That's not my favorite match of the show, dumbass.
Yes, it is. It is. It very much is your favorite match.
No, it's not. It's the worst show. This is the reason why you wanted me to watch this so badly, didn't you?
You're the one that kept talking about it.
I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but the next match on the card that we saw was Jerry the King Lawler versus Riptide's favorite commentator, Michael Cole.
No, your favorite commentator
with Steve Austin as a guest referee. Of course, Michael Cole had Jack Swagger in his corner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but is there anyone that really cared about Jack Swagger's WWE run? Because I truly didn't.
Not really, because not even John Cena, when he was supposed to drop the title to him, he didn't even think he was worth it.
Yeah. I mean,
but we'll talk about that at a certain point.
So yeah, Michael Cole pretty much came out dressed as pretty much in prison attire. Who the hell wears all orange? I haven't seen that much orange since the last time Donald Trump was on TV.
Well, they wore a bunch of oranges. The orange is the new black.
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen that much orange since Donald Trump's last speech on TV. And yes, I'm talking about the orange face, and yes, that was a joke.
Yes.
Who the hell thought it was a good idea to give this match 14 minutes? That's fucking bullshit. It's about 12 minutes too long. But yeah, most of it was... And you know what? I can't even say most of it was Jerry Lawler beating the hell out of Michael Cole. It was Michael Cole beating the hell out of him.
Well, with Jack Swagger's interference through the entire fucking match.
And I even was thinking to myself, man, is it possible to lose brain cells watching a match?
But you have to talk about Michael Cole came out first and was talking shit.
Yeah, he came out first talking crap about Jerry Lawler, introduced Jack Swagger into it, and then freaking hid in his coal mine when Jerry Lawler came out after Austin almost ran Swagger over with his ATV. And then Michael Cole was begging and pleading, saying, "Let's go back to announcing," and then all of a sudden he just starts getting his ass kicked.
Well, no, you have to have the whole context. Is that when Jerry came out, freaking Stone Cold told him to get into the ring. He was shaking like a fucking little wimp, saying, "Oh, I'm not ready. I need to warm up," doing fake jumping jacks, twisting, turning, freaking shit. And he rang the bell. And freaking Jerry Lawler freaking told him to get in the ring. He's still fucking pretending not to do shit and acting hard.
Yep.
And then freaking he went to go get him, freaking put Jack Swagger into the fucking ring post. Then fucking he's begging him, please say, "No, Jerry, I didn't mean anything I said. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah. And then freaking he yanked him right out of there.
Yep. Yeah, and then who thought it was a good idea for Michael Cole to work over freaking Jerry Lawler after the fact for several minutes? I don't know.
Yeah. But of course, at the end of the damn match, when Jerry won...
Jerry looked like he was going to win after Austin gave Jack Swagger a stunner, shoved Michael Cole into freaking into Lawler himself. Lawler applied the fist drop, ankle lock, and I just loved how freaking Michael Cole was tapping out at the end of that one, and Steve Austin was just taking the piss out of it. Just taking his casual time. Do you give up? Yes! Are you sure? Yes! Are you positive?
They wanted him to suffer.
The match was declared over. Jerry Lawler won. Everyone was sent home happy. Peace. It's like unicorns and rainbows, am I right? Yeah, and then we see the fucking celebration. Even Booker T came in there, ate a stunner. But then we hear the...
that was funny, because Booker T, he was excited because he was tired of freaking Michael Cole shit-talking the entire time, bad-mouthing Jim Ross, who's supposedly, from what rumors are saying, is supposed to come back to be an announcer in the WWE.
Yeah.
But that's for another time. But still, he was freaking shit-talking, freaking had Jerry's son come in and freaking bad-mouth him and shit.
It's like,
as everyone knows, his son was Grandmaster Sexay.
Yep. Which I think the feud...
his name was Brian Lawler.
I think during the run-up with this match, I think that was Brian Lawler's last appearance in WWE.
Yes, because he was drug allegations and all that crap.
Yeah, before his passing, we don't need to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
But then, right when we thought, okay, everyone's gonna go home happy, what do we hear? Da-ding. Da-ding. The fucking Raw general manager bullshit at the time. Yeah, I hated that era.
Yeah, I was a fucking computer with email, which was hornswoggle.
Yeah, and that's ironic because I'm doing this video off of PC, but we're not talking about that. Pretty much what it stated was, and I quote,
and I quote,
Steve Austin laid his hand on the freaking one of the competitors, so Jerry Lawler's disqualified, Muggle Cole won. I'm like, what the? This is why it sucks. Who the hell thought this was a good idea to do?
and of course, Josh Matthews freaking got into the ring and was saying, and he got Stone Cold Stunnered.
He was like, don't kill the messer. Too late. Right? So, yeah, so my star rating, -5.
Half star.
That's you being nice. It's like -5. This match sucked. I don't ever want to watch it back again. But anyway, this time, at this point, let's take time to talk about, you know, the backstage segments that happened, plus their Hall of Fame inductees that they had that year, before we move on to the next one.
Drew Carey.
Okay, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame famers first that they showed during this. It's like, the celebrity inductee was Drew Carey. It's like the Road Warriors, or the Legion of Doom, whatever, was also inducted that year.
Well, the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, since Hawk had already passed away at that point,
Yeah.
they had Paul Elling, who
Paul
was their
Ellering
manager,
And Road Warrior
going
Animal
for him.
representing, yeah.
Yes.
Then Abdullah the Butcher was also inducted
Yeah.
for his heinous hardcore style back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
Sonny was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, nowadays mentioning Sonny in the Hall of Fame, that aged like milk. If you know, you know.
She aged like milk.
Yeah, if you know the story, you know the story.
Yep.
Then
If you don't, look it up.
Then Bob Armstrong got inducted that year.
Billet Bob Armstrong.
I think that's the father of Road Dogg Jesse James.
Yes.
Then Hacksaw Jim Duggan was inducted that year, and the headliner was, and the headliner for the 2011 Hall of Fame that year was Shawn Michaels, who retired literally a year prior. Yeah. And no,
At WrestleMania
and yes,
26.
at WrestleMania
when
27.
When he put his
26.
career on the line.
Yes, WrestleMania 26 was Shawn Michaels' official last match, and he didn't wrestle ever again.
Uh-huh.
We don't talk about that Saudi Arabia show. That never happened.
Uh-huh.
And even if you make us review it, I'm still never going to acknowledge it.
Uh-huh. It's the same thing with Ric Flair all over again.
And then we got to talk about some of the backstage moments with The Rock back there before we get to this next one.
He was with Eve.
He was with Eve in one of them, and he goes, okay, anyone that comes around the corner, I'm going to make a WrestleMania moment out of. Who'd he turn and see? Mae Young.
No, you have to explain his reaction when he saw me. He's like,
He was like, ugh. Then he started making old people jokes. He's like, hey, look, it's a Divasaurus. And he goes, hey, this is our Divas champion, Eve, you know, just like your friends Adam and Eve. And I'm just like, oh, shit. He was just making all kinds of jokes.
yeah. Then he's like, oh, the very next person that comes around that
Why
corner,
couldn't it be
Stone
anyone
Cold Steve
else?
Austin.
And then it was just Steve Austin looking at him. I'm like, okay, that. Then when I see Austin and The Rock looking at each other, I'm like, foreshadowing a future review video there. Seriously, that's what I thought when I seen those two.
They could have had Stone Cold with Undertaker at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah. Yeah,
They could have.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at Austin and Rock staring at each other backstage. I'm like, that's foreshadowing. That's foreshadowing a WrestleMania review at some point.
Yep.
And then the next time he was back there in the locker room with Mean Gene. And he goes,
Mean Gene Okerlund and Pee Wee Herman.
Sorry, but seeing the late Mean Gene Okerlund dressed up in John Cena gear is an image I don't want in my head.
Mean Gene Okerlund?
Yes. Seeing Mean Gene dressed in John Cena gear is a image I don't want to see again.
Yeah.
And with the late Pee Wee Herman back there also doing part of the skit, do you smell what the pea is cooking? That sounds so weird coming out of my mouth. But yeah, that was...
You said it, not me.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for the backstage stage in the Hall of Fame. Now, let's move on. The next match is undoubtedly the match of the night. It was a no-holds-barred match. It was Triple H versus The Undertaker, and this was at a time period when The Undertaker's streak was still alive.
Yep.
Words cannot describe how this match went. You got to watch it for yourself, but if you were going to attempt to, what was your thoughts on it?
They hit each other with everything, even the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it was a hard-hitting match. Freaking Triple H, I think, hit 3 pedigrees on Taker. Taker still kicks out.
Yeah, Taker hit freaking old school. Last ride.
And the
Tombstone.
Kick out. And then all of a sudden, all those devastating chair shots from Triple H to The Undertaker. Jeez. Right?
Yeah. And he still fucking got up.
And then Triple H even did the unthinkable and tried to freaking pin The Undertaker by tombstoning him. Now, hypothetically speaking, if Triple H was the one who broke the streak and that's how the streak ended, what irony would have that been? Very, right?
Yeah. Well, he also threw him into the coal mine, and he's like, oh, he just fucking stood back up like, bitch.
The only thing disappointing about the coal mine getting destroyed is that Michael Cole wasn't sitting there to get squished.
Yes. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
It would have been funny seeing, well, just like what we'll review when him and The Rock had it into it prior to next year's WrestleMania at that time and point.
Yeah.
But, it would have been funny just seeing Michael Cole's face get squished by the plexiglass.
Again, yep. Like, what the hell? Anyway, but after a long, nearly 30-minute battle, the match finally came to an end when Triple H got locked in the Hell's Gate submission hold.
Yep.
And after a bit of struggle, including teasing breaking up with a sledgehammer, Triple H just tapped out. After a back-and-forth contest, a freaking brawl.
Yeah, that was when they had to literally freaking stretcher out The Undertaker out of the freaking arena.
Yeah, The Undertaker's streak at that point was 19-0.
19-0.
Yep. But Triple H was the one walking out, so Taker may have won the battle, but Triple H won the war because he walked out under his own power.
Well, they had another match at WrestleMania as well for Triple H's career, I think it was.
Yeah, the following match at the WrestleMania 28 encounter between Taker and Triple H is one of my personal favorites, but we'll review that when we get there.
Yep.
But yeah, Undertaker won that. You got it. If you're just gonna watch one show from this freaking WrestleMania, it would be that one. Honestly, and my star rating here that we just established. 5 out of 5.
5.5.
You can't go that high. Oh, you gave it an extra point.
Yes.
I'm just doing 5 stars. 5, great match. The complete opposite of what we saw in the match prior.
Well, that whole match, if they still had the hardcore title, it would have been the Undertaker's, because god damn, they were throwing chair shot after chair shot, fucking sledgehammer after sledgehammer. freaking tombstone after tombstone.
Yeah, it was a great storytelling match. Yeah, and let's pause for a minute here. I know the WrestleMania 27 match between Taker and Triple H was great, and it was undoubtedly the match of the night. But let's talk about a little something that could have happened, a little what if. Did you know that this match, WrestleMania 27 match, was originally supposed to be Undertaker versus Sting?
Yep.
Because Vince McMahon tried to get Sting to sign with WWE when his TNA contract came up at the time.
Yeah, like I was saying, that was bullshit because Sting was ready to face. It was going to be the last bastions of the era. The Undertaker for the era of the WWF and the Attitude Era versus Sting for WCW.
Yeah. And according to Sting, he was really close to signing in like January of 2011, but they couldn't even get to a deal, so he decided to re-sign with TNA instead. So what happened? Undertaker had this banger of a WrestleMania match with Triple H. Who did Sting end up facing in TNA in their main event? Like literally a short period after this WrestleMania happened? A drugged up Jeff Hardy in the worst match in wrestling history.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure looking back, Sting thought to himself afterwards, be like, damn, should have signed with WWE.
Well, the thing was that he was about to sign the dotted line, and then freaking Dixie Carter and Jeff Jarrett, kind of blackmailed Sting to go back a little bit.
But you know,
in my opinion.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you can't change the past. It is what it is. But at least we have one good match on this card. You know what I'm saying? You know what is not a good match on this card? The next one we're about to talk about. It was a 6-person mixed tag match. It was Dolph Ziggler and LayCool, which was Layla and Michelle McCool with your woman, Vicky Guerrero.
No.
The original Karen.
Nope, that's Brad's.
And they were taking on John Morrison, Trish Stratus, and Snooki. Okay, I don't care if this offends anybody. I wasn't a fan of Jersey Shore, and I never will be.
I don't like the Jersey Shore.
And at the time, I didn't even give a crap who this celebrity was.
I didn't even know what the fuck the Jersey Shore was at that time.
Me either, and even at the time, I didn't even give a crap about that bitch. Or that person, you know?
Yeah.
Give her this, she did a handspring elbow freaking roll from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring just fine, I'll give her that. But this match was...
Yeah, but it would have been funnier if she did it to Vicky, though.
I mean, this match was short in length. I think I only seen like one tag. Layla was Michelle McCool the legal one the whole damn time on her team?
Michelle McCool was the legal one the entire time she faced Trish Stratus, who had her first WrestleMania in 9 years since she had retired.
Or I think they said 5 years at that point.
9, whatever.
Whatever, it was a while because she wasn't a full-timer anymore.
That was her first WrestleMania since she had retired.
Yep.
Then she came back because Michelle McCool, Layla, and Vicky were all talking shit.
Yeah.
And then
there was some dissension. There was some dissension between Layla and Michelle McCool, which spilled into the Extreme Rules 2011 pay-per-view.
Yeah, and at that point, freaking Flawless was disbanded.
Flawless got flawed.
Well, as we all know, that Michelle McCool went to The Undertaker, so...
Shit, at this point in her life, she was actually freshly married to The Undertaker, like about a year in.
Yep.
She was leaving the company at that point, and now to focus on her family life, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like Snooki got the pinfall on Michelle McCool to win the match. About 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Again, that should have been the Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler match time. Who the hell approved of them getting 14 minutes?
But You have to admit, the highlight of that was Snooki slapping the shit out of Dolph Ziggler.
At the start, yes. When Dolph Ziggler got in her face, you don't belong here, slap. And I'm like, who approved of the Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler match being 13 minutes but gave this one 3 minutes? It should be... Well, I'm not saying it should be opposite. I'm just saying the Lawler-Cole match should have been 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well,
Morrison...
that decision stand where Lawler had won, because after that, we just got Michael Cole bad-mouthing everyone.
Yeah, and he still won't let it live down the day. He goes, I'm undefeated at WrestleMania. I'm like, shut up, Cole. All right. But anyway, Morrison, Snooki, and Trish won.
It's my foot match.
Probably review that at some point. I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, Morrison, Snooki, and Trish Stratus won the match. It was relatively short. Half a star.
Quarter of a star.
And I'm just being nice. So let's get to the main event. The main event of WrestleMania 27 this year was John Cena challenging The Miz for the WWE Championship, and The Miz was the champion at that point. And The Miz had
but you have to admit, John Cena's entrance was kind of cool. He had the whole fucking choir.
I know.
Fucking sing his goddamn entrance.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's funny? This was The Miz's first and to date only WrestleMania main event, and he was facing somebody no one else can see. No response to that? I'm doing the meme again.
Of course. Well, just like in your video, you got your ass kicked by the fucking Invisible Man.
But anyway, what do you think about this matchup before the controversial ending? And we'll get to that here in a little bit. Like, what do you think about the in-ring back and forth action?
It was good.
Looked like it was on its way to being a great match, but it's memorable now for all the wrong reasons. And I thought the spots were pretty good. I thought some of the matches were good. We've seen skull crushing finale, kick out, FU, or should we say attitude adjustment, kick out.
Well, it was still called the FU at that point.
The turnbuckle was freaking exposed for a bit. Cena ate the exposed turnbuckle. He still managed to make a comeback, because this is John Cena we're talking about.
Yeah. The man that never gives up.
But near the end of the match, or what we thought was the end of the match, freaking Miz got dumped over the barrier into the Timeskeeper area, and then he got speared from the barricade onto the concrete floor, and yeah, that's when the match took a fucking turn for the worse. Because the Miz actually talked about that. He was legit concussed, and when I seen that back on Impact, I'm like, yep, that's why.
They were both concussed when they went over the damn barrier. They could not make it to the 10 count.
And the match originally ended in a double count out, which that's a bullshit way to end a WrestleMania, right?
Well, they were both concussed. They fucking hit the goddamn concrete.
And when the camera showed the Miz's face, you could tell by his eyes he was concussed. You know, like the lights were on, but no one was home.
Yeah, you could see it in John Cena as well.
So The Rock came out, right? So The Rock came out. He was about to say something. Then we hear the ding again. He goes up to the laptop and he goes, "We have an email from the anonymous Raw general manager. And I quote, I think," and then he turns into every freaking PC rage gamer. "It doesn't matter what you think," yelling at a computer.
Exactly.
Exactly. Then he goes, "This match is going to restart as a no disqualification match." But right when the match started, it was evident that either both of them couldn't continue anymore, or at least the Miz couldn't continue. He had no business being in a ring at that point.
Yeah.
But he was going up for an attitude adjustment, or FU, whatever you want to call it. It's the same move. And then The Rock just came in, rock bottom John Cena, handing Miz the win to retain the WWE Championship.
Yep.
And then after the celebration, Miz got all cocky, took and ate a freaking like spine buster in people's elbow from The Rock as well.
Yep.
And that's
Which led to next year WrestleMania at that time and point.
And that's how WrestleMania 27 went off the air. What do I give this matchup? About 3 stars. So,
4.25.
So overall, what's your final grade? What's your personal final grade for WrestleMania 27 as a whole?
The whole show, I'd say a B plus.
Oy, that's a little high.
Because just because of the Undertaker's match. But other than that, it was a C.
Yeah. Yeah, for me personally, I would just give it about maybe a C. I was going into this expecting to give it a fucking D, to be honest, but no. Like I said, there was some matches on there that don't get talked about that are actually good, plus the Undertaker Triple H match was a match of the night.
That's why I said I'd give it a B plus. Otherwise, it was just a C.
No,
because of that match alone.
It's like, no. It's like, yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this one. That's our thoughts on it. He says B, I say C. Either way, it's still good. But if you were to recommend only one match from this show, I would recommend the Taker Triple H match. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yep.
And whatever you do, do not waste your time torturing yourself with Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. You will regret it. Trust me. I hated it back then, and I hated it now. Jesus. Anyway, that was WrestleMania 27, and since for next week, what's our review? I say with the King of the Ring in real time starting up here for the qualifying matches and everything else that I know about, we should, even though the next pay-per-view is in real time is Backlash, I say we review a classic King of the Ring event, which I have the perfect one in mind. We go from a shitty event to a great event.
Which one?
Next week we are going to be reviewing King of the Ring 1998. You know that has that match on it. And you know the match I'm talking about.
Which one?
The Undertaker versus Mankind's Hell in a Cell match is on that one.
Oh.
The infamous one that's always talked about.
The one that Mick Foley says that he could have died?
Yes.
And the Undertaker literally said, or Mark Calloway, if everyone doesn't know who his name is, which you guys should by now.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you didn't live under a rock, I'm not saying that you do or not.
Yeah.
Right. Literally, those two thought that he killed him.
Yep. So that's for next week's review. So
he tossed him off the top of the damn cell into the fucking. Well, that was also the year that Mankind also had a double main event.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll get to the King of the Ring next week when we get to it. But dang. Anyway, until then, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.